Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video here on the channel. In my last one, I made a video where I talked about PlayStation exclusives I think would be cool if they went over to Xbox. And today, I'm going to be talking about great games that I own, that I've started playing, that I've never finished. Now, there's a lot of games in my backlog that I've started and never finished, but I picked out 3 for the video today that I feel like are the most worth talking about. So, let's get into it. The first game on the list is a beloved 2011 game that also won Game of the Year that year, and it is in fact Bethesda's probably magnum opus, a lot of people would say, The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Even though I know a lot of people actually prefer Morrowind and Oblivion, and some people prefer all the other Fallout games, but whatever. Regardless, Skyrim is a game that I have attempted to play quite a few times, and it's just never clicked with me, and like, it boggles my mind. Like, I don't understand it. It's a game that so many people love. It feels like everyone loves it. People can't get enough of it. There's so many people who have hundreds, if not thousands of hours in this very game. There's people whose comfort game is Skyrim, and it just kind of makes them happy to play it. And then I'm over here like, I don't get it. And like, I like fantasy, I like sci-fi, I like a lot of the things that it does, but there's just something about Skyrim specifically, and honestly just all of like Bethesda's in-house games, that just doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? And it's something I've always struggled to put into words, but I first started playing Skyrim back on the PS3, which obviously that was strike number 1, because that's the worst version to play of the game. But regardless, I started playing on the PS3 just because my sister, she bought it to play it. Like, she bought the game to play it on my PS3 when I was at school. And, you know, obviously I started playing it on my own save, and, you know, I got through the beginning, you know, the iconic beginning, I'll say that. And I got to, like, I don't know, the very first, like, stone blessing, still at the beginning of the game. And then I put it down and never came back, just because I wasn't very interested. Nothing that early on gripped me. Which, obviously, by that point, you know, it was still so early in the game that I didn't play long enough for anything to grip me. So I'll say that was just a fault of little, like, I don't know, 13-year-old me or whatever. I don't know. But still, that was my first experience with the game. And then I would eventually make another attempt to play it on the PS4 a couple of different times, and still, it's never clicked with me. Admittedly, I have gotten further into the game with each playthrough, so maybe my next one will be one where I play enough where it does click. I don't know, but I don't know. I've said that a lot already in this video, but Skyrim just never clicked for me, and I can't really understand why. I've never been able to put that into words or truly figure it out. Because, like, there's nothing in Skyrim that would scream, I hate this game. Nothing at all. And, like, and I do understand why people like it. I get it. Obviously, not every game will be for every person. We all know that. And I guess Skyrim just is not the game for me. But, I mean, if you have any potential, like, ideas for maybe, like, if you have any potential advice for me to potentially get into it, to maybe make it click easier, leave them in the comments. I'll definitely give it a try. But it's more than likely that this just isn't the game for me. The next game on my list is one that is absolutely for me, but it's one that, for whatever reason, I have never finished, despite getting halfway through the game on numerous occasions. And despite the fact that I have finished the previous 2 games in this very series, this game, of course, is Jak 3. And I, again, to say it one more time. I don't know, but I've never been able to finish Jak 3, and I don't understand why. Like, I first started playing the game with the PS2 version, the PS2 original, and I liked it. I kept going. Again, I played, I want to say probably about halfway through, right around there. Was enjoying my time with it from what I remember. But then I just put it down and never came back to it. And then in late 2014, I would end up getting a copy of the HD collection on the PS3. And while I would end up getting halfway through Jak 2, finishing the first game, I would start playing, earn the very first trophy for catching the Kanga rats in Spargus, and then I would just put the game down and never come back to the PS3 version. And again, I have no idea why. It makes no sense. This is a game I like. I like this game. But I put it down and then never came back. And then eventually when they announced that they were using their now old emulator for the PS4 to emulate the Jak trilogy and Jak X as well, the 4 Naughty Dog Jak games, and then announced that, saying if you pre-ordered Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, you would get Jak 1. You would get Jak 1 for free on the PS4, and that was really cool. I didn't do that. I got Uncharted: Lost Legacy physically later, but still, I got Jak 1, and then they eventually put out the other 3 Naughty Dog Jak games. And again, I would finish Jak 1 again. I would eventually finish Jak 2, very quickly, mind you, struggling way less than I ever thought I would. And then, after starting Jak 2 from the beginning again, and playing through it and finishing it so quickly, getting the platinum for that game, and just having a brilliant time, I would go back and start Jak 3 shortly after. And again, I would start it, keep going, start getting a lot of the precursor orbs on my own, get halfway through, and then I would put it down again. And again, I just don't understand why. I like Jak and Daxter. I like the whole series, minus Lost Frontier and Daxter, because like I haven't played those two. I know the negative reaction from everyone, including Naughty Dog themselves, about The Lost Frontier. I know, but I've never played those two, so I can't fairly judge them. But like the Naughty Dog Jak games, I like them all. But for some reason, Jak 3, despite loving it, there's just like something in my brain that has just kept me from ever finishing that game. But I've said it in other videos, and I'll say it again here. I will finish Jak 3 eventually. I will. I promise that. I will finish it. I just don't know when. And the final game to talk about in this video is one I am deeply ashamed of, because it's a game from literally one of my favorite developers of all time. A game that screams to me that I would like it. And I do. Or at least I like the idea of it, and I like what I've seen of it. Ghost of Tsushima, I played, I don't know, maybe an hour, and then I put it down and never came back. I know, boo me, throw the tomatoes at me while I'm on stage. Do what you must, I know. I am horribly ashamed of this one. Like, trust me, I am. Because again, while I've never played Rocket Robot on Wheels, because I've never had an N64 as a kid, technically I do have access to one, but I don't have the game, and I don't even know how easy or hard it is to find that game. Regardless, I love all of Sucker Punch's Sly games. I love all of their Infamous games. I like basically their whole catalog of games. And I love everything about Ghost of Tsushima, but I never really played it either. Like, I was right there when they first revealed it. I was hyped as hell. I got it as soon as it came out, started playing it, liked it, and then again, like with the others, I just put it down and never came back. Which I can't fully put into words why. I mean, maybe it has something to do with the fact that when it came out, it had come out a month after Last of Us Part 2. I was still very conflicted on how to feel about that game. Like, I've never hated Part 2, but I was still conflicted about it. And then, like I said, it came out a month later, but also, I was in the middle of playing the remake of SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which I love. Though, admittedly, I also don't like that remake as much as I did when I first platinumed the game, but that's a different conversation. Still, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of other stuff going on. I mean, I know there was as well. Like, this was, like, within the first full year of me, like, working full-time, among other things as well. Trying to figure out what I want to do for, like, a living situation. Did I want to keep living with my sister in her then, like, small apartment? Did I want to find a place of my own, etc., etc.? So there was a lot of stuff going on that was definitely wearing on my mind. So, I mean, admittedly, that probably did factor in a lot. But, I mean, at the same time, it's been 5 years now. More than 5 years. I've had every opportunity to go back and finally play Ghost of Tsushima, and I still have not done that. And now Ghost of Yotei is out. Which, admittedly, like, if I wanted to play Ghost of Yotei, the stories don't connect whatsoever. Like, Ghost of Yotei is its own story. It's another origin story for Atsu as a character. And, like, her story does not tie into Jin's story at all. So I can still play that game without knowing anything about Tsushima. But, still, I don't know, like, it's just a weird thing, right? I don't have anything else to say about that. It's a game that I know I'll like. Everything about it, the way it looks, the way I've seen it plays, etc., etc., everything about it, I know I'll like. There's no reason why I haven't gone back to finally really play the game. But, yeah, Skyrim, Jak 3, and Ghost of Tsushima are games that I've all started that I've just never finished. But let me know any games that you've started that you've just never finished for one reason or another. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, share it up on social media, do all that good stuff, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.